Hello everyone and welcome back to Whiz. You're here with your host master Priyadarshan and I'm here with the answers for yesterday's 5 questions and 5 more exciting new questions for you today. So I hope you're ready and I hope you're waiting for the video. So without wasting any further time, let's start off with the answers for yesterday's 5 questions. So here we go with question number 1 for yesterday. I shown you an image, or rather the cover of the Playboy magazine, and the question was very simple. You had to identify the missing face. So the answer, I think this, many of you would have cracked it. Obviously, when you look at the cover, you can figure out that it's not one of the latest editions of the magazine, rather it's one of the older ones. And the answer that we're looking for is Marilyn Monroe. So Marilyn Monroe was the answer, and I think that was an easier crack. Moving on to question number 2 for yesterday, here it is. In 1955, Life magazine named who as the most beautiful teenager in the world. So this also, since I've given the year, that is 1955, some of you would have been able to take a guess or take a shot at least. The answer that we were looking for is Natalie Wood. So the actress Natalie Wood was named as the most beautiful teenager in the world. And that brings us to our third question for yesterday. I had told you about the 4 companies that were Goodreads, Whole Foods, Audible, and Soak.com. So I wanted you to give me an overall connect. The overall connect is Amazon. So these 4 companies, or these are the 4 brands that are owned by Amazon. Moving on to our 4th question for yesterday. Here it is. This is the Enfields branch of Barclays Bank in UK. What first was achieved by this branch? And I'd also shown you a picture of the branch, how it looks. So the answer is, this is the site of the first cash machine, or the first ATM machine. So that's a really interesting piece of trivia that I had come across. That is why I wanted to share it with all of you. And that brings us to our last question for yesterday. Here it goes. He, while sitting in the tub, cursing his own tardines, came out with this idea. What is his eureka moment? And I had also shown you a picture of the person that we are talking about. So obviously this would have been the easy part. You would have guessed who the person is. The person is John Shepherd Barron, and he's the man who gave the world the concept of credit cards. So those were our 5 answers for yesterday's questions. And now we can move on to the 5 questions for today. So let's get them going. Here is question number 1. He owns the Los Angeles Rams. His sports empire also includes the Denver Nuggets, the Colorado Avalanche, the Colorado Rapids, and Britain's Arsenal Soccer Club. Which person are we talking about? So that is our first question. Moving on to question number 2, here it is. It is a measure of the interchangeability of fuel gases such as natural gas, liquefied petroleum gas or LPG, and town gas, and is frequently defined in the specifications of gas supply and transport utilities, defined by the formula. Name the index that we are talking about, and I'm going to show you an image of the formula right about now. So you need to tell me what index are we talking about, and that brings us to our third question for today. So here it is. The first one was the person on the left. The 7th and the current one is Jeff Arnett, who is on the right side. Which brand and what was their designation? So you should be able to see an image of the 2 people right about now. So you need to tell me which brand and what was their designation of these 2 people. So that sums up our 3 questions. Moving on to our last 2 questions for today. So here it is. Who was the first editor for the Daily News, which later merged with the Daily Chronicle to form the News Chronicle? I want you to tell me the name of the person. He's known more famously rather, for some of his other written work, but very few people would know this, that he also held this post. So I want you to tell me the name of the person. And now for our last question, I'm going to show you a few images. So have a look at them first. So here they are. Now that you've had a good look at the images, the question is very simple. What is the overall connect? And identify the first person in the picture. So that sums up our 5 questions for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I'll be looking forward to your answers in the comments below. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And I will be back tomorrow with the answers for today's questions and 5 more exciting new questions for you. Also, please keep a tab on my other channel, that is the Trivia Fever, where I'm also not only covering about the IPL, but I'm also speaking about the Women's T20 League that is going on right now. So thank you for tuning in. That's all from me for today. So till tomorrow, please stay safe, take care, good night, and keep quizzing.